Getting a flagrant foul assessed to her, which show that what happened here. I mean, if you look at the still frame, it looks horrible, but if you watch it in real time, it kind of looked like it happened accidentally. What do you think about this?
Well, you can understand how maybe the refs overlooked it and didn't see the foul as it happened. It thought just what you thought. But then when you slow it down, it's really hard to ignore. Look, Caitlin Clark is just an unprecedented, as her coach called her, a generational star. She's hitting threes. She's dishing the ball. She's scoring every single night.
The WNBA is facing one of its biggest controversies yet, and the backlash is growing by the hour. Fans are questioning the league's officiating. Social media is flooded with heated reactions, and the debate surrounding Caitlin Clark has reached a new level. Critics argue that the league has failed to protect one of its biggest stars, while supporters insist the conversation has become overly sensationalized. Adding fuel to the fire, reports circulating online claim that personal information connected to WNBA referees has spread across social media, raising serious concerns about harassment and online safety. At the same time, frustrated fans are threatening boycotts, and speculation continues over how sponsors and league executives will respond to the ongoing controversy. Then came a fiery segment from ESPN's Stephen A. Smith, who sharply criticized the situation and questioned whether the league is doing enough to address growing concerns about officiating and player protection. His comments quickly went viral, intensifying an already explosive debate. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's post-game comments have become the center of endless online speculation, with fans analyzing every word and wondering what they could mean for the future. Whether those theories prove accurate or not, one thing is clear. The controversy has captured national attention. So how did one regular season basketball game spark one of the biggest debates of the year? What exactly happened on the court, and why has the reaction been so intense? Stay with us as we break down the key moments, the officiating controversy, the public reaction, and how this story continues to unfold. The controversy began during a physical game in which Clark absorbed several hard hits that many fans believed deserved fouls. As the officials allowed play to continue, frustration quickly spread through the arena and across social media, setting off another heated discussion about consistency in WNBA, officiating, and player safety.
But I've often used the line, Shay, that I'll share with you because I don't know if I've ever used it while you've been on the air with me. If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it ain't a damn mongoose. I've said that many, many times over the years. There is a flagrant level of resentment that exists when it comes to Caitlin Clark, and it has existed since she has arrived in the league. She is the cash cow. Just recently, a couple of days ago, I think, we saw her and another player, I think it was Elisa Boston or whatever, we saw them be the top two vote getters for the WNBA All-Star game so far. Every time you turn around, there seems to be something involved.
What happened next sent social media into overdrive. Within hours of the game, online posts claiming to reveal information about WNBA referees began spreading rapidly, although the authenticity and context of those claims have not been independently verified. Fans immediately started reviewing game footage, highlighting officiating decisions involving Caitlin Clark throughout the season, and debating whether a pattern of inconsistent calls existed. As hashtags gained momentum, discussions about referee accountability dominated sports platforms. Some fans argued the officiating reflected inconsistency, while others warned against jumping to conclusions without evidence. Regardless of where people stood, the controversy quickly became one of the biggest stories in basketball. Amid the growing debate, ESPN's Stephen A. Smith delivered a passionate on-air critique of the situation, arguing that the league needed to take concerns about officiating and player safety seriously. His comments spread rapidly across social media, fueling even more discussion.
To speak on the issue because they see more of it than I do. But with what I've seen, you are able to say 1 + 1 = 2. And there's been a level of resentment that has existed where I believe there's been a failure on the part of some people to appreciate the mantra of a rising tide lifts all boats. Ride this cash cow till the wheels come off. They did it in the NBA with Magic Johnson. They did it ultimately with Michael Jordan. You know, that's how you do this. You find somebody that just galvanizes folks and ingratiates themselves with the public at large in such a way where everywhere they go and whatever they do, everybody wants to watch. You don't resent that. You feed off of it to build your own. And I think that WNBA as a whole, that women's basketball as a whole, and some, not most, not all, but some WNBA players need to appreciate that and gravitate to that and grab hold of that and ride that wave to your own ascension, as opposed to resenting it and showcasing it the second you get an opportunity to, whenever Caitlin Clark is in your vicinity. That would be my advice. That's all I could say about that.
I didn't love that this happened not once but twice yesterday, where there was basically a no call. I thought Stephanie White did the right thing. She should have gone off. She needs to protect her superstar. That's her right. Completely.
Absolutely.
I also do think the league should probably review this. I don't have information on if they have started that process or not, but I think that maybe would be a good call.
Smith argued that when a league's biggest stars repeatedly become the center of officiating controversies, it raises difficult questions about consistency and accountability. He emphasized that protecting players and maintaining confidence in officiating should remain top priorities for any professional sports league. His remarks resonated with many fans, while others felt the criticism went too far. Either way, the conversation exploded across platforms like X, TikTok, Reddit, and YouTube, with thousands of posts debating whether changes to officiating standards were needed. Calls for greater transparency grew louder as fans urged the league to review controversial plays and communicate more clearly about officiating decisions. Whether the league would respond became one of the biggest questions surrounding the story.
We'll see how everything turned out for them, but this is not good when it comes to the referee's identity. I don't believe they had a script written for him. He was talking. This is how he felt for real.
All right, ladies, your thoughts just as the league continues to work through what many perceive as consistency issues, especially when it comes to games being officiated, Lisa.
Well, officiating is tough. I don't know if anybody's ever even tried to officiate. It's not the easiest game. It's one of the most thankless jobs you can do. But in this particular situation, I thought that the last official should have been able to catch that. I was actually watching this game and I was like, oh, wow, that was a bit much. So in that moment, I thought that the official missed the call. I'm not surprised that the league went back and fined Alyssa Thomas. But I think at the same time, it's tough to think that official would have missed that they didn't have a replay on it. That was tough to me. And I think overall, the league's got to do better. The officials have got to do better, but also players. Players have to clean it up. We used to play in a way that you protected one another. Yeah, I want to play physical. I want to play hard, but I'm not out here trying to hurt you. If I was out there for a loose ball and it was Renee down there, yeah, I'm going for the ball. But if I accidentally punched Renee or hit her in some kind of way, maybe the play goes on, but I help her up. I help her up. You know what I mean? Just out of the like, dang, my bad. So I think that part is important too, the reaction. Maybe if Alyssa Thomas would have even turned like, dang, my bad, I didn't mean to hit you like that. It's a different thing, but that's not what happened. And so I think that the league got it right. But I think overall, Coach Tibbetts is correct. Everything, consistency is important. It needs to be cleaned up for all players, regardless of what their accolades are. None of that part matters. It matters about protecting these players, no matter which team, which position, when they sub in, the start of the game to the end of the game. Every player deserves the same type of protection.
As the controversy continued, attention turned to television ratings, fan engagement, and the league's public image. While some observers speculated that negative publicity could affect future viewership and sponsorship interest, it remains too early to determine the long-term impact. At the same time, online rumors began circulating about Caitlin Clark's feelings regarding the physical nature of recent games. However, no verified evidence has confirmed claims that she intends to leave the league or stop playing. What is certain is that Clark remains one of the WNBA's biggest attractions, and discussions about player safety, officiating consistency, and league leadership continue to dominate headlines.
To the throat, ruled out for Saturday. And Stephanie White did confirm that, by the way. And she's made several comments. It makes you want to puke throughout, but we're going to listen to them nonetheless. Let's go here. Right here.
I guess just first off, how is Caitlin after Wednesday? And do you have any updates?
Yeah, she's okay. She's gonna be out on Saturday. But she's doing all right.
Do you have any indication right now of how long she will be out?
No indication. Obviously, it's a good time because we have all week next week, so we'll take this opportunity just to get her treatment, get her healthy, get her back on the floor, and see what happens. I mean, it's the same thing. Long-term health and wellness is the most important thing.
Consider this precautionary. Like, is there any chance she could have played tomorrow? Or is there pain? How would you describe the decision?
Yeah, I mean, I just think that, again, we want her to be healthy, physically, mentally, emotionally, all the things. And, I think it's important to remember, again, when you've gone through injury and the traumatic aspect of injury, especially that she had last year, it's ups and downs, physically, mentally, emotionally, and making sure that she's 100% ready to go is the most important thing. And her taking care of that is priority for us.
I got to tell you, we are dangerously close to this league getting boycotted. That's where we're at. I saw rumblings of a boycott yesterday of a legit Caitlin Clark fan base across the board not watching the Indiana Fever tomorrow night. Not watching it. Just to send a message to the league and to the Indiana Fever because, Kelly Krauskopf, the team president, came out and celebrated the one-game suspension and thanked the WNBA. Kelly Krauskopf, you're a coward. All right? So's Amber Cox. So's Stephanie White. At what point are y'all going to get angry and be like, one game is a fucking joke? A one-game suspension is a joke. Alyssa Thomas should be suspended a minute. The appropriate response was anything between 10 games and the end of the season. Just get the bleep out of here. We don't need you. What in the big course of WNBA history and in Business 101, what is Alyssa Thomas to anybody? Nothing. Pond scum. But once again, you got this incestuous intertwining, leg scissoring amongst members of the league. I mean, hell, Stephanie White's her old coach, for Christ's sakes. Everywhere Caitlin Clark turns, it's agenda in her face continuously. This is Stephanie White on her having coached Alyssa Thomas previously.
Steph, having coached AT before, were you surprised by the incident?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I didn't see it in real time. And so when I went back to see it, I was surprised. I was more surprised that it wasn't seen by the officials in real time.
41-38 Fever advantage, Clark.
The controversy has sparked one of the most passionate debates of the WNBA season. Supporters are calling for clearer officiating standards, stronger player protection, and greater transparency from league officials. Others believe the reaction has become exaggerated and that conclusions should be based on verified information rather than online speculation. Regardless of which side fans support, the discussion has placed the spotlight squarely on the league's handling of physical play and officiating. What do you think? Has the WNBA handled these situations appropriately, or should the league make changes to improve consistency and player safety? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our latest basketball news and analysis. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.